Does it think you're a robot?
This question?
No, they have a new thing when it starts in about intro something. I don't know. Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We are getting ready to jump into Cthulhu, and no, we're not playing Cthulhu. We were talking about Cthulhu, Invictus. We're playing 1920s Call of Cthulhu, which it's kind of the same thing, I guess. Jesse, you want to do a recap again?
Have I ever done the recap?
I think we made you do it
did the recap last time. That's a good point. We went to a bar, to a jazz club. We met the devil at the crossroads. He told us what direction to go to. We got on a train. And we are currently thinking about beating up a Pinkerton. And I think that's about where we are.
Concise.
I think I got most of it, right?
Hit the high points.
All the major bullet points.
I hit all the high top. Yeah,
you hit the bullet points.
The cliff notes.
Yeah, see? Yep.
All right. So I do have a question because I didn't re-listen to the episode because I'm a garbage person. The Pinkerton is in the corner by himself. He's currently holding like a billy club or a sap or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And he has a pistol on him.
He has a pit, but it holstered, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question. So if I were to try to knock him out, is that essentially taking him to 0 hit points, or is there like a maneuver thing? Because I just, we don't really futz with the mechanics for combat all that much, right? Like we usually just shoot stuff until it stops moving. So I don't know. Is like, how do you land on that?
What do you mean knock him out? Are you going to try and conk him in the back of the head? Are you going to try and sleeper hold him? What are we talking about? Knocking out is a very broad term. Let's narrow it down.
Sure. So he's by himself. He's kind of on edge. He was a little jumpy. So we can only get so close to him before he, like, hey, get the fuck back. So I was thinking about just rushing him and bouncing his head off the side of the train car. But like, so if it was a movie, right, like that works. But like in a game, there's mechanics that you have to make those things sort of happen.
Right. I mean, that would be okay. I'm just going to make up something because I don't want to look it up. And I just want to keep the game going. I'm going to say that you would have to land a successful attack with Brawl. I would treat that as a called shot, so it would need to be a hard success. And then you would roll damage. And if you made it a hard success, I would treat the damage as if it's basically subdual damage. But if you did more than half of his hit points in subdual damage, I'll give him a con check to see if he passes out. So let's say he's got 12 points. You would need to do a hard success that inflicts at least 6 points on a Brawl, and then I would roll con.
Okay, I have another plan.
The basic concept I think you're going for, Harry, is you're trying to get them down as quickly as possible before anybody knows what's going on. Anybody can think about it or respond. There's a bunch of other hobos in here with us, and
I don't think they'll intercede, right?
Well, would he get a damage bonus for the wall, for using the wall as a weapon, essentially?
No, because it's still the same attack. Two of you could do this, a Brawl attack. One as a maneuver just to pin him, to get his arms down and to keep him immobile while you go for the knockout, or vice versa.
Well, the other one just punches him in the face.
So somebody can basically do the whole thing where you pull their jacket down over their arms, and then the other guy just hits them.
All right, I think it's gonna be too complex. I have a different plan then. I know what I'm going to do. I'm ready to go.
Rolls.
Yeah. No, I have it.
John, John hates rolling dice.
I do hate that rolling dice. Yeah. It's fine. Okay, I'm ready to go.
So you are nearing the place where the train is going to stop and let you guys all off.
Okay, so before we get there, so this is what I want to do then. So I, as we're kind of like sitting in the carriage, just kind of rocking back and forth, and we're just sort of meandering around. I sidle up next to Georgie, and I'm like, okay, I need you to cover me, okay?
What, like with the blanket or something?
No, just and I kind of like pull the coat a little bit so he can see the pistol. And I'm my back to him, and I reach in and pull it out. And I turn around, I'm like, don't fucking move.
Who are you pointing it to? Me or the guard?
No, the guy at the Pinkerton.
Make your intimidation check.
15%. Do I get a bonus die because I got a pistol?
He's used to that.
All right, fair enough.
He's a strike-breaking Pinkerton. This is like he's basically, if you fail this, he's gonna say, "You think you're the first punk to draw a gun on me, kid?"
94.
Lady. Let's hang back.
Like,
Yeah.
So with a 94, you pull the gun. It's like, "Hey, stick him up, Mister!" Like,
I'm stepping back from all this.
He hears his voice and says, "Hey, I'm not intimidated by you, but I think you'd make a really good comic book character." And it turns out to be Walt Disney.
All right, so combat is about to ensue. I mean, it wasn't a bad plan until you realized you don't have any points in intimidation.
No, I knew.
Then it was always
he does, just not a lot.
Okay.
Probably should have been Georgie making the intimidation. Just saying.
What is your dex?
My dex is 7. No. 75.
He just says, "All right, take it easy." And suddenly the billy club is in his hand and he's lunging forward with an overhand swing at your wrist to try and disarm you and possibly break your arm. But he will go on 50. So as he is lunging forward, do you want to fire? And do anyone else want to jump in on their decks?
Oh, yeah, I'm jumping.
What's your dex?
75.
How do we... If you go to grab him, I won't shoot him, or I'm just going to shoot him in the leg.
We can't discuss it. Everybody's tell me what you're going to do. Don't.
Right,
there's
John.
no plan at this point.
John, roll a d10. Highest goes first. I got a 2.
10. I got a 10.
Well, here's the thing, because you're moving at the same time. And if this guy is moving to grab him, he's going to block your shot, and you're going to see that movement. So you can forego shooting as you see him moving to also attack. So basically, you can start to pull the trigger, see Georgie lunging, and then hold your action.
Okay.
Because it's happening at the same time.
Okay.
So Dorsey, Walt, do you have, what's your dex?
My dex is 55.
And yours, Dorsey?
70.
Okay. All right. So you'll all go before him.
There you go.
Okay, Georgie, what are you doing?
So I see Harry pull out the gun, try to intimidate, and as soon as he does, I just shake my head. But then I see the guard lunge at him, so I'm just gonna take a few steps and spear him, shoulder into the chest, and try to shove him towards the side of the cart.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get him towards the. I know the door's probably closed right now, but I'm gonna try to get him on the door.
Okay. The attack will happen if you make a successful attack roll.
Yep.
The maneuver to force him into the wall will only happen if you make a hard success.
Sounds good.
Brawl,
I'm assuming. Shit. 67. I only have 10 luck. so I could make it work. But yeah, I fail.
Here's the thing. I will allow you to push it. But if he manages to attack on his roll, he's going to attack.
He's going to attack
with
me.
a bonus dice to hit you.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
I'll take that.
You'll leave yourself wide open. Do you want to take that risk?
So by pushing, I just roll it. I've never pushed. Can you believe out of all the games I've ever played with you, I've never pushed?
The way you burn luck, yes, I can. Which is why you have 10 luck points back.
Sure, yeah. So I just roll again, but if I fail, then more bad things happen?
Yes.
Yeah, there will be
consequences. All right, cool. Let's go again. Boom. Ooh, that's a 6. Holy shit. So that's extreme.
Roll your damage.
All right. I mean, unfortunately, my brawl is garbage. But holy crap, 3.
You slam into him. He goes This is a critical hit. You slam into him. He goes tumbling back off balance, slams his head into one of the metal buckles of the fucking door.
Thunk.
And he just crumples like a sack of potatoes.
Hey, nice pickup, Georgie. You didn't buy it.
Well, everybody else in the car is like, "What the fuck? What are you guys doing?"
This guy here, he's a Pinkerton. You guys, everybody on this train, they're bringing you guys in to break the strike.
Yeah, they know that.
And one of the guys says, "Yeah, jobs are hard to come by, man. I've got kids to feed."
I love how like Harry says that, and like I think that's literally Walt's response. He's like, "Yeah,
yeah, we know."
I'm gonna go check that he didn't actually kill the guy.
This place is full of immoral women. I'm like, yeah, it's a strip club. That's why we're here.
I'm not like we're already committed. Like this has already happened. But like I will just comment kind of under my breath. We weren't here to deal with labor concerns. We had other jobs other than dealing with labor concerns.
Well, look, I'm just saying. Look, we don't want to get into like getting locked behind a fence where we got to like sneak out. When the train slows down, now this guy's knocked out. We jump off the train. We go about our business. We just needed to get close. Yeah.
I'm going to check that we didn't actually kill the Pinkerton, so there's not going to be people maybe coming after us for murder.
And I'm going to pull his gun. I'm going to take his gun.
Okay. I almost want to yell, say, Georgie, roll a luck, but I know you're going to. But fucking roll a luck score, Georgie, to see if you accidentally killed this.
I'll do it. Let's see what we got. Problem is high or low. Which one's whether he's dead? Well, that's a 3.
Luckily, he's still breathing.
I like these dice.
Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that he's not in danger of stopping breathing.
One of the other hobos says he's going to come to in a couple of minutes, and you guys should not be here. And one of the other guys pulls out the fucking, opens the door, grabs his bindle, and says, "Fuck that! I'm not going to be here when he comes through." They're
not going to give a shit who knocked him out.
They're going to crack skulls and ask questions later, and then everybody else is like, that's not a bad idea. So half of them are already hopping off the train.
I was saying that I was going to like slip his pistol out.
Yeah.
So I got it.
A M1911 45 with a full clip.
All right, so 7 rounds.
1d10 plus 2, 99 malfunction.
10, 2. Okay, all right.
It's 8 rounds. He's got 1 in the chamber.
Oh, okay, all right.
While doing the first aid, once I'm satisfied that he's not going to die,
right, you stabilize.
I'll also lift the wallet.
Nice.
He has $5.
Nice.
Now he has 0.
Are you leaving the wallet, or are you just taking?
Should we tie him up and gag him just so he doesn't raise an alarm when he comes to?
So I'm actually going to take I'm going to take the Pinkerton badge as well, and I'm just going to hand it over to Jesse.
Oh.
Like, you look like you could probably bluff enough with this.
Good idea. That's a great
Very
idea.
good idea.
Hey, that ain't too bad.
All right, you tie him up, you lift the wallet, you make sure you lift the badge, give it to Georgie. All of the hobos who were gonna hop off have hopped off. The others, they're like, we'll explain it. We have nothing to do with this. I really need this job. So they're gonna take their chances and try and explain it.
All right. Vaya con Dios, brothers.
All right, make a dex check to safely exfil off the moving train.
All right,
Make it.
Boom.
20.
I make it.
Hard success.
Okay, you all end up heading out.
I'm getting a hang of this.
Probably about 200 yards up ahead, you see the picket line. Like in the distance, when the train was slowing down, you see a gate and picketers with signs and fucking clubs and so it looks like an ugly mob. So you're getting off early and not going to be part of that. So once you're off and the train has moved off, I need you guys to make a navigation roll to orient yourself towards where the supposed Neverland, in the direction of the Neverland jungle.
29 out of 40.
Oh, nice.
All right, we'll go with that. I start fumbling around, but then Songbird goes, "God, all right."
She flicks her finger, puts it up in the air, goes, "Nope, it's right over there."
Gotcha.
Yep,
North is
this way. Follow me. Come on, guys.
Okay. So you wander around a bit for a couple of hours. Towards probably about 4 p.m. It's getting later in the day. I need everybody to make a spot hidden roll.
Make it.
Extreme.
Hard.
Ooh.
Oh,
does it count when you match the number?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Well, somebody
okay.
credited. Somebody
You start seeing hobo signs to lead to a camp.
All right.
All right. About 20 minutes after that, you find, you're on a trail. You are like out in the mountains, like you're nowhere near any place. It's almost like a tucked away homestead instead of a proper hobo camp. Like a hobo camp would be near train tracks. This one is like set way, way back. So you're almost like, I wonder, where are they begging or working? Where are they,
I think they're hiding because like the Pinkertons have been cracking heads. And this is probably where some of the picketers and some of the strike leaders probably make camp here to avoid getting their heads cracked apart.
So
okay.
Georgie had put the badge like on like the lapel of his coat, and he like undoes it and sticks it in a pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever they are, they are
me.
not going to appreciate. They are not going to appreciate, law enforcement or anything coming through.
Right. I need everybody to make a spot hidden roll.
Nope.
2. Critted it.
Regular success.
Hard.
Okay, Walt, you see up ahead, the path widens, but you see you see a tree platform, like a tree house platform that's been concealed with some branches, and you see another blind on both, and there are blinds on both sides of the road.
Hands up. So we're exposed, like we're on the road walking exposed, and I just noticed these 2 blinds. Okay, hands up.
You tell everybody else?
Yeah, just hands up. Just everybody put their hands up.
Okay.
Just everybody walk slowly until told not to walk slowly.
Okay. From behind a tree, a freckle-faced, red-haired boy. He can't be more than 16. Yeah, probably 15, 14, maybe 14 or 15. He comes out and, tattered clothes. He has a bat with some with a railroad spike through it. And from the blind above him and the two blinds beside, other children, probably between 9 and 14, come out, and they're all armed with bows.
Hey.
And the guy comes out. He goes, "You have a sharp eye, old man."
He's like, that's how I got old. That's how I got old. We don't mean you any harm, young fellas.
And what he said in Hobo Cant.
And I say it back in Hobo Cant. We don't mean you any harm, young fellas.
How'd you even find this place?
Well, we were taking the train up to the work site, and decided we didn't want to be scabs. So we jumped. So we got past the bull that was there, got off the train, and we've been making our way here. I just, out of sheer luck, you guys are not exposed. You guys are hid that well. I noticed it. I don't want to scare nobody.
Okay. Well, we got to tell you that Neverland's just for kids. We don't really have or welcome adults here, but it's late and you're fellow hobos. So
I actually hold up the chicken and biscuits.
Food.
That changes everything.
There you go.
They were like, "Well, come on, we'll let you stay the night. We've got, you can set a camp. We've got a fire, and there's fresh water. So I guess for the time being, welcome to Neverland."
Thank you.
You see that as you get closer, you see that he has like the head of a coyote over one shoulder, and it's like a little emblem of his leadership. And he says,
"Oh yeah, no,
name's Applesauce, and you are
Lady Songbird."
Mashed potatoes.
Harry, nice to meet you.
I need both of you, Mashed Potatoes and Lady Songbird, to roll your credit rating.
Oh
no.
I mean, credit rating. Yeah, no.
Okay. All right.
We have no credit ratings. We're hobos.
Right. So you guys come into the camp, and you see that there's probably a half dozen rough shelters. It looks like there's maybe anywhere between 10 and anywhere between a dozen and 2 dozen hobos living here. None of them are older than 16. And they all come out and they look surprised. You see that there's a big pot in the center that a couple of the teenage girls are cooking. You see a couple of kids doing laundry, like they're tending to their camp chores, and they look very surprised when Applesauce leads you guys into the camp.
I hold up the chicken and biscuits.
He says, we've got visitors and they're willing to share their food. So everybody gather around. Everybody will get a share. And somebody comes over and says, there's a hut here that we have to the side that we keep it for visitors. So if you guys want to use that, you're more than welcome to. It leaks, but it's not raining tonight, so you should be fine.
No problem.
Thank you. And I'm going to hand Applesauce, since he seems to be the leader, the $5 I took off the Pinkerton. I think your camp needs it more than I do.
He looks very surprised and doesn't take it. And he says, "What's the catch?"
No catch.
No catch.
All we need is just a quiet place to catch our breath and move on. And possibly, if you've seen somebody that we're looking for,
We got a friend in trouble.
There's a couple of people we're looking for. They're friends, and if you know anything about them, we'd just like to know that. But we're not taking anything with us from you. We're not taking anything of yours.
Give me a second. He takes it and says, so you looking for a place to hide or are you looking for friends? I've heard a couple stories now.
So we do need to lay low for a bit, but that's because we just fled the Pinkertons and we are looking for our friends. We have one, they're in a lot of trouble. We're trying to get to them before trouble gets to them.
This kid comes over and he's also wearing like an animal head. And this is a skunk. And Skunk says, didn't kill anybody, did you? Is the law? Can we expect a visit from the law?
No.
Georgie turns to Lady Songbird. Did I?
No, you didn't kill him. I made sure you
Nope.
didn't.
Oh, all right.
Well, all right then. I guess you can stay. As long as you're not bringing any heat and you have been generous. So these people you're looking for, they have a name?
McNally and Twilight Harper.
Twilight Harper and Big Jim. Big Jim would have been an older fella, older than me, tall, broad, but not doing too well. A little too much drink. Harper would be
Good singer.
He's a singer. He's more fancy than everybody else.
So Applesauce, Skunk, and this older girl that looks like she's the oldest one here. They're all kind of like in front of you, kind of like dealing with you, and they're all stone-faced. But I need everybody to make a spot hidden roll.
Nope.
Yep.
30. That's a hard success.
Okay, I'm not even rolling psychology. You can see the younger kids here. They all start like laughing, giggling, and whispering to each other. You hear somebody say, "Shut up, shut up." And then Applesauce says, "Well, we'll ask around, make sure that and if we can, if anybody spotted him, we'll let you know. But let me talk to my people."
All right.
All right, so they go off and discuss as they divvy up the food. Most of the chicken they add to the stew, and the biscuits they mash up and put it in the stew, and they make almost like a chicken pot pie stew with whatever vegetables they had managed to scrounge up. And it's actually not bad, and it does feed everyone quite well. So at the end of after dinner, they ask if you guys got any cigarettes.
Do I?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'll pass out a couple cigarettes. Yeah.
I hold up the remaining jug of moonshine.
They clean out your cigarettes and they pass around the moonshine. So I'm not even going to have you roll persuade because you guys are being very generous.
And they're starving children, so they should. So even the tough one should still get a little knackered, dude.
All right, so they said, well, your friends did come through here and they were asking directions. So they've moved on.
Okay.
Do you know which way they went? Did you point them out in a direction?
We did, but they're going to be hard to find. But we can kind of give you the directions to where they went if you want to follow after them.
That would be very helpful.
What kind of shape were they in?
The big guy looked off. The other two seemed fine.
Okay. Because I had figured they went the same way we did.
Did they say anything when they were here? Did they ask about anything in particular? Say what they were doing?
Well, they were looking for the Big Rock Candy Mountain, and somebody had told them that we knew how to find it.
Do you?
Well, he takes a long drag of his cigarette.
My cigarette.
Thereby hangs a tale.
And he says, "Yeah, we can show you the way to. Well, we can tell you the way to the Big Rock Candy Mountain."
We'd appreciate it.
Okay. And he basically says, "Hold on one second. You guys circumvented a whole thing. I will tell you now that they were not going to give you this information unless you brought them a box of candy from either the nearby town or the mining camp.
But cigarettes and booze for a 16-year-old.
Basically, you gave them food, cigarettes, booze, and $5.
That's better than candy. Come on, these aren't.
So they're like, okay, so we're not going to do the whole. You need to get a box of candy things because you guys really short-circuited that.
I mean, we'll get them the candy, but we're taking all that back. That's
Well, it's part of the hobo code. We're supposed to look out for the ones who are much younger than us.
Right. So they will tell you. Hold on. Let me go to the scene. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, they say that you need to jump on a southbound black snake. They leave the mining camp every day, over a couple of days, depending on the shifts. It's going to, if it's heading southbound, it's going to pass through a long tunnel. It's called the Sidling Tunnel. You'll know it. We'll send word ahead so that the train stops for 2 minutes in the middle of the tunnel, and once it stops, hop off and look for the door. There'll be a door in the side of the tunnel. And that's just follow that tunnel and it'll open up. It'll open up at the foot of the Big Rock Candy Mountain.
So there's going to be a door in the tunnel that doesn't open up into the mountain. It opens up into Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Well, the door in the tunnel leads to a passage that opens up into Big Rock Candy Mountain.
No, okay, I got you. And he just like turns and he looks at Georgie and he like stares at him like.
And I look at both. So I look at both Harry and Georgie like.
He
and you met the devil at the crossroads.
He says, "You can believe me or not, but that's how you get there."
No, we don't. Please don't take us the wrong way. We believe you. It's just. This is starting. We've seen other things on the way here, and going into a pitch black tunnel, into a door, into a mountain, going down probably into the mountain. That's another. It's just we'll deal with that on our own. It's just we're not doubting you.
We passed through the crossroads.
Yeah,
we saw some things.
All right. Well, this won't be. Then you won't have any. Well. I have to tell you, I don't know what you've seen, but this is going to be a surprise. Once you see it, you'll never want to leave.
Oh, okay.
How'd you guys find out about it? Why don't you go yourselves? It's got to be better than this, right?
We'll all go one day. But usually, it's a place to go. There's things to do here. We're young. We still have our lives to lead. They don't really want children there. They all said that we can come back once we've lived our lives.
Who's they?
Oh, the people who live there. There's a town at the foot of Big Rock Candy Mountain.
I'll look at Dorsey and mouth the words parents.
I didn't.
Parents. mouth of Dorsey parents. That's where their parents went.
And they say there's a town called Sweet Haven at the foot of the Big Rock Candy Mountain.
What's the town like?
It's wonderful. Everything you'd ever want can be found there. But, again, you can believe me or not, but if you go, you'll see it for yourself. You've been very generous, so we'll give you this bit of information. Just don't go sharing it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't dare.
We're the gatekeepers. The door won't open unless we say so.
Well, that's very fair of you. We appreciate that.
Well, since you've been so generous, I'm going to send one of my men out. They'll spot if they're loading a train, and if they are, we'll wake you up at dawn and let you know that you need to hustle to get on it. If not, you can stay another day.
Thank you.
We don't want to take up any more of your time, so if something's leaving in the morning, we're happy to get out of your way.
Okay, great. They keep the fire going all night. They take shifts. You see some kids come up from a nearby stream, and they fill up a barrel of water. You see that they're actually smart enough to boil the water to make another drinking bucket. They have decent sanitation. They have an area where they say it's not even an outhouse. It's basically a big hole with a log over it, far enough away. So the camp is pretty, for a camp full of teenage kids and younger kids, it's actually pretty well run. So they seem pretty organized. And again, they've given you one of the makeshift huts, and there is no rain. So, how do you guys just want to get some rest and wait for the scout to come back?
No, when we're in the hut, I'm going to ask the others. Look, I don't feel the need to keep these company clothes. What about you guys? Referring to the overalls.
I mean, just something to get messed up. Something that I can run through the ringer, and it's not my clothes.
Yeah, cleaner than what we had on. Yeah.
Well, Lady Songbird does fancy her performing clothes, so she may want to. Yeah. I can see why she might.
No. I mean, I'm just not changing out of mine. But
I'm also leaning towards the. Do we want to leave those for these kids too?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, all right. Fair. I mean, fair enough. That's not. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I'll change back into my other.
I ain't need them anymore. So.
Ask.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. While we were sitting watching these kids in the camp and everybody was coming and going, did anybody have any kind of big injuries? Any amputees? Anybody? No, nothing. They were all clean. No. Everybody's. Well, I mean, clean. No. But I mean, no big scars. They've been through a war or anything.
No, nothing like that. Nothing
okay.
Like that.
All right.
Dirty. Dirty clothes, but that's it's a hobo camp.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were aging backwards.
No, nothing like that.
All right. So what do you guys think, though? So we go through the door. You think we'd be able to get back out the door?
I think so.
Well, I mean, I think the trick is a little more that not want to leave. This has been a whole thing of, the Big Rock Candy Mountain is what hobos always look for. And then the other thing I was thinking was that their parents, that all these kids had parents at one point, and they might have tried to go towards the Rock Candy Mountain. They took the parents, kicked the kids back out.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Just...
I mean, that might explain how they know how to get there at least, right?
Yeah.
Could be. Hey, Georgie, you remember how to draw that sign? Do we need to carve some friggin' elder sign on something?
I mean, yeah, I could.
You wouldn't have
start putting crosses up to vampires.
You wouldn't have enough time to create an elder sign. That's a pretty elaborate ritual.
It's a whole ritual. I mean, he could carve it.
And you have to sacrifice a point of power, and with your 10 points of luck, That might be fatal at this point. So.
I've got 80 cows,
Wouldn't
so
advise
we
it.
can.
It's like, no, I mean, like, if you had one available, I would have said, like, let's not just start, like, when we get among the vampires, let's not just start waving crosses everywhere and offending everyone.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I kind of got a question for you guys, though. Like, so we're going to Big Rock Candy Mountain. Like, is this a real place, or
Yes.
is it like?
Well, yeah.
But here's the thing, like, is it like the nickname for a place, or is it like some other? Because, all right, like me and Georgie, me and Harry, we've been to some weird places, right? Like I've been to like dream worlds and shit. So like, are we going to like a not real place, or is this like just kind of like a nickname for like this is Neverland, right? Like.
No.
Well, I mean, the trick is, like, Jim thought it was a real place. Personally, I don't buy into it being a real place, but at the same time, they went somewhere. You know, Jim, Netrand, and Twilight went somewhere. So I don't know what we're gonna find. It's like Big Rock Candy Mountain's supposed to be heaven for hobos. It's supposed to be, heaven for hobos, but.
There's a picture of the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Oh, he just took himself out of the call.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
So quick, let's plot against the DM.
But no, so I mean, like the dream world, I mean, it had like roaches and stuff, right? Like, weren't these bug people that we
Wait. You met the mantis women too? You know where the mantis women are?
No, I didn't see no mantis women.
No. There was tick people.
The tick people, that's right, yeah.
And then there was a butterfly queen, and there was like little dragons or something, right? Like she was actually a dragon. She wasn't a butterfly, but like it was crazy, is what it is. Like
the conversations that happen when different groups of investigators talk shop.
So, question: do I know which dream world they're referring to? Having dream lore and being a dreamer.
Roll dream lore.
I will spend the 1 luck point to make it.
Nice.
You heard a rumor about an evil fairy queen who was recently redeemed, and her people were set free.
Oh, so are you the ones who helped redeem the fairy queen and set her people free?
That was us. Yeah.
That's it.
And our other 2 friends.
I heard
Viv,
about that.
Yeah, Viv was there, and oh shit. What the hell is Lisa's character's name? I can't remember.
Don't worry about it.
But I do love how nobody's asking, how did you hear about this?
Yeah, that's what I was literally just about to say. It's like, wait a minute, what do you mean you heard about it?
You think you're the only ones who go to the Dreamlands?
Well, I didn't think it was too popular a destination.
We had another dude there, like he's the one that brought us in, but I didn't think it was like a thing. Like I thought we were kind of like in his dream. I didn't realize that it was a place.
Tramps get bonuses for Dreamland stuff. So tramps are like very well suited to be dreamers. So
there was talking cats too. Well, at least one talking cat. He was a pirate captain.
That scans.
Fucking cats, right?
That scans. But the Rock Candy Mountain's supposed to be heaven for hobos. So what constitutes heaven to somebody is, somewhat subjective. The psalm looks like heaven. The psalm looks like heaven to ghouls. So, I don't think I don't think we'll be finding some paradise.
But ghouls.
So Applesauce comes over, knocks. He says, they're loading a black snake. You guys should get some sleep. We'll wake you up before dawn.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Did you say ghouls?
No,
Georgie,
I mean,
you
I'm
don't
just
even think
making a
about that?
generalization, but does anybody want to sleep in shift? Anybody think we should sleep in shifts? Just be careful.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
they're great. They're the sweetest. They're the sweetest little. They're the sweetest little apples. But you never know.
yeah, I don't want them walking away with
cuts our
one.
throats in the middle of the night.
I don't think they cut our throats, but they might steal our pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sleep in shifts, and you see that that they keep a guard on you.
Of course,
like there's a kid with a bow.
Yeah, a bunch of adults among kids.
Cute.
Yeah, sure.
In like by the fire, and after a couple of hours, another kid comes and relieves them. So they for their own safety, I guess they do keep a guard, and then like an hour or two before, about an hour and a half before the sun comes up, they knock on it and they said, "All right, you better get going if you want to catch that black snake. She'll be heading out at first light. Just stay hidden until you hit the tunnel, and then it'll slow almost to a full stop. We've already set it up for you."
Thank
All
you.
right.
And I hand them the company clothes we're discarding.
Well, thanks. We can cut these down for a few sets of clothes. So have a good trip. Don't get lost. Don't take any wooden nickels.
All right.
All right.
Georgie's head pops up. He's like, huh?
All right. So you will need to make a navigation check to get back to the where they tell you they give you just in directions to where the coal trains are loaded from the mines.
Nope.
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 I'll spend the 5 points of luck so we succeed.
Okay, you find the train station after much difficulty, and you don't have a lot of time now because you've just been meandering trying to find where the train's being loaded. You see that there are Pinkertons patrolling, making sure that there aren't any hobos on the train.
Oh, they're gonna love to find us.
Wait a minute.
What?
Got my badge.
We have one of their badges.
Well, I think they probably know who's coming and going, right?
Right. But between you and your friend, which one's better at bluffing?
Well, it's got to be Georgie for sure.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think either one of us
That's
actually
your
has fast
intimidating.
one.
But is it going to be good? Like one guy with a badge moving with three others. You're going to ask who we are. We don't have badges.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to get on the train without having to bluff your way on will require a stealth check.
Like I tried to do the first session. Can I make stealth rolls and then try to just make sure I know what their patrols are, so everybody can move a little easier who doesn't have good stealth?
If you make a stealth check just to get close enough to observe, not to reach the train, I will allow you to try and time the patrols to give everybody else a bonus dice.
Okay. I make it.
Okay. You time it, and you realize that the train is starting to get up a lot of steam. You don't have a lot of time, but you do manage to pick a moment that this would be as soon as this guy turns the corner. We have maybe 2 minutes. So I will allow the stealth check with a bonus dice.
I do not make it even with the bonus dice.
So I got an 9. So for me,
I got
that is an
4.
extreme. So can we help her along with 2 extremes?
84.
Okay, so this is what happens. Everybody gets on the train, including Lady Songbird. Unfortunately, because she changed her clothing and her underclothes are like a faded but still colorful dress with a hat, One of the Pinkertons notices the bright color in the coal car, and the train is starting to pull away. And he starts trotting along to try and get to your car, and then spots Lady Songbird. And as the train is pulling away, he pulls out his revolver, and he says, "Off that train, or I'll shoot."
Get down, get down.
You
So-
yell, get down, get down.
Yep, get down.
No, Hank yells, get down, get down. He goes on 75. You go on 70. What's your dex, Dorsey?
70.
Okay. You manage to duck down before he can fire. So his gunshot will be at a penalty dice. The first one is an 03.
Second one
is a 53. And what is his firearms?
Do I get any partial cover from ducking
partial
down?
cover is why he had a penalty dice. So that's already come into play. Yeah, they're well, their handgun is only 40, their brawl is 65, so it hits the side of the train car and misses. It like ricochets, the train's heading up, and you see him. Are you guys all ducked down so you can't see him, or do you want to peek out to see what he might be doing next?
Nah, Georgie's up.
When I hear the shot, I'm gonna peek.
Okay,
Yeah.
he is.
Georgie's actually trying to like struggle and pull that badge out.
He is trying to get onto the train as it's pulling away. It's like he's trying to match pace to get to a handhold to pull himself onto the train, one car behind you. What do you guys want to do this round?
Is there any coal in the car? Can I huck a chunk of coal like at the?
Let me see. Is there any coal in the loaded coal train?
You didn't say it was loaded.
No,
you
it's
just said
I
it
said
was
they
a coal
loaded,
car.
and it's
He
the
did.
party.
You were loading
Yes.
the train.
There's
all right,
chunks
well.
of coal in the car.
Oh, because it's a mine. Yeah. No, I get it. All right.
You can want to grab a piece of coal and huck it at him.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that. What do you guys? Well,
Can I?
what do you guys want to do?
All right. Can I get to the car he's trying to get into?
So these cars are more like they're open on top.
Bins.
They're almost like bins. that
Yeah,
are
the
filled.
big bucket. Yeah.
So yeah, you would have to stand up, walk across, and then jump onto the next bin.
All right.
So he's like one car behind you, but the
Yeah.
cars are really like these open things.
Yeah.
You could do it, but not this round. You would have
Okay.
to move towards it and then get into that one next round.
All right.
Do you want to do that, or do
Yeah.
you want to? Okay. So Walt gets up and starts sprinting towards the car that this guy's getting on. Harry's chucking some coal at him. Jesse, what are you doing?
I mean, I was gonna struggle to get the badge out and try to stop this ahead of time, but now that Harry's hucking coal at the guy,
I missed.
probably
it for what
follow-
it's worth.
I'll follow. I'm about to, and I see Harry pick up a chunk of coal and start to throw it. I'm like, fuck. So I'll start to run down the coal cart with Walt.
Okay, Dorsey, what are you doing?
I will also huck a piece of coal because that's about all I can do.
Okay, make a throw check.
I fail. 69. It's nice, but I fail.
I actually don't have it on my sheet.
Base is 20.
Thank you. 20.
Okay,
Nice.
as he's grabbing the handhold, the second second clump of coal hits him on the side of the head. It breaks his rhythm enough that he stumbles, falls behind the handhold, and then doesn't catch his footing, and the train pulls away as he's like sprawled out in the gravel, picking himself up.
That was a hell of a throw.
Hey. Hey, whatever works, man. Good throw.
But as he picks himself up and you guys are pulling around a car, he takes careful aim and fires. hitting.
I mean, careful aim or careful aim. It's a moving target. That's a hell of a.
Well, he did make his roll,
Ugh.
so he is going to hit one of you, and it's got to be one either Walt or mashed potatoes or Georgie because you guys were up and running on the top of the car.
We're closer.
I want to say roll luck, but we know how that's going to go. So I'm just going to roll.
I'm really good this game.
1 or 2 is Georgie, 3 or 4 is Walt. I roll a 3. Walt. You can dodge, but if you dodge, I will require a dex check to keep you from rolling off the train. I'm not even going to roll damage yet. I'm just going to wait to see if you're going to try and dodge or.
I'm not some bad. I'm not a ninja. I'm a ninja hobo, but I'm not a ninja. So I'm not gonna. I'm not dodging bullets.
Okay.
I'm not neo hobo.
You are not grasshopper.
No.
You are hit squarely in the shoulder, knocked flat on your back in the coal car for 7 points.
Oh,
Yikes!
Yep. That sucks.
Okay, so you've got about an hour or 2 before you hit that tunnel. So it'd be enough to try and do a
First aid.
a first aid on him.
Oh shit, Walt, you okay?
Yeah, that really sucked.
Can I want to, so I see him shoot, I look at Walt and I say, son of a bitch, and can I pull my pistol out and give him a quick shot back?
Yes, you can give 1 shot back.
Spending 1 luck to make it, so I can do first aid
with
on
a
him.
penalty dice because you are firing from a moving train at someone in the distance.
Yeah, that's legit.
He didn't have a penalty dice because he took a round to aim.
That's a 90.
But you scared him off, so there's no more fire. Dorsey,
It would have been a 10, but now it's a 90.
Dorsey, you want to do your first aid check?
Yep, I spent 1 luck to make it.
Okay. Walt, roll 1d3.
Okay. And that is a. Oh my god! So it's a 5. So would that be again like my brain not working?
That's
that's
3.
a
3 points back.
yeah. 3.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dorsey. Thank you for that. Sucked. All right. Haven't been plugged in a while, so.
Okay, so let me just get back to the spot.
A good thing the train's going to slow down when we got to get off.
It's a good thing they don't have walkie talkies.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you enter this very long tunnel, and as you're in there, it's like literally you're thinking this can't be the right tunnel because this train is just not stopping. It just goes on and on and on through this dark tunnel, and then it does start to slow down a great deal till it's almost walking pace. And it stays at that pace for about a minute, and then you slowly start to hear the train gearing up to pick up speed again.
We need to get off.
All
This
right.
must be the spot.
Okay, dex check with a bonus dice to get off safely.
Do I have to roll the bonus die?
Well, you bonus, and then you keep the better of the 2.
Okay.
So if it's worse than the best one, you can ignore it.
7.
Okay.
You got
you're
a
fine.
hard success.
Nice.
Make it.
Okay, you all easily step off the coal train, and you are in the middle of Sidling Hill Tunnel, which is an actual place, and it's 6,782 feet long.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it's in Pennsylvania coal country. So,
You say 6,000?
I'm assuming it's pitch black
six-
in here,
6,782 feet long.
right? It's over a
Like
mile.
the U.S. is 3,000. Oh yeah. That's just- Jesus.
It's a very long tunnel. So
Yeah.
about
So I'm gonna
the
start
halfway
feeling for the
point,
door.
you can hop off and you start looking for the door.
I start
Um,
feeling the door since it's dark.
I flick my lighter so we have a little bit of light.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm actually going to stop him from starting a lighter.
She blows it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually would turn to Harry and be like, "Hey, Harry, you got your lighter on you?"
There's a lot of coal dust in this tunnel.
That's why I'm stopping him.
Oh.
He's like,
Okay.
oh, that's a
Let me
good call.
let me light
Jesus,
this
I've blown the whole
kerosene
freaking
lantern.
tunnel up.
Okay. So, I need everybody to make a spot hidden check.
Make it.
32, hard success.
Make
Your eyes are looking. You go to flick the thing. It makes a couple of sparks. She puts her hand over it and like, do not light a fire in here. And like, oh shit, good idea. And you're looking around, and suddenly, you see a doorway, and not just like any door. Like you're almost expecting like a maintenance door or something.
Mm-hmm.
You see an ornate door with like wrought iron and thick wood and like a stain, like a glass panel of literally a colorful mountain. Like there's a piece of stained glass in the door.
I open the door.
And you also all need to make POW checks.
Make it.
Done.
Okay.
Ooh, that's an ought one.
Oh,
Oh,
Everyone makes it?
it's a hard success
Yep.
if that means anything.
Okay.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah, you all feel it. There is an energy coming off of this. There's you feel like a sense of vertigo. Things seem to be moving in slow motion. The air, like that weird mix of coal dust and steam and smoke from the moon, that's all gone, and you can smell like sweet, like fresh cut grass and baked bread. And everything just kind of feels almost surreal, like you're moving underwater as you open the door. Which Dorsey said
just a regular old place, huh, Walt?
Hey, I didn't say it was going to be, I just said it wasn't going to be some kind of heaven. No?
Okay. So, so you open the door. It opens easily as if on greased hinges. Light spills out of the tunnel, and that baked bread, roast meat, flowers, fresh cut grass, gin. You get all of these scents, and you hear faint music and laughter. And there's basically a narrow tunnel that just goes on into darkness. But there's a light at the end of it. Like there's light spilling from this the far end of this tunnel.
I start walking down the tunnel.
Oh, we're going in. All right.
I mean, like, before I pass through and everything, are there hobo signs on the walls or anything? Any scratchings or markings?
Make a spot hidden check.
Let's see, spot hidden. That is a hard success. That is an extreme. So
You see on the inside of the tunnel, someone has right when you're stepping in, you're looking around. Someone has carved into the stone side of the tunnel 2 hobo signs, and they are the sign for bad food and danger.
okay.
Ew.
So it's the age old fairy rule: do not eat or drink.
Very good.
Old fairy.
Okay. So you pass down through the tunnel.
I pass that on. I don't yell it out, or I just walk. I walk to each person and just be like this. No, don't eat or drink.
Fairy rules apply.
We're in trouble.
Well,
Okay,
I think
so
we were in trouble when we set out to begin with.
Yeah,
So
but now it's real.
You head down this path, and the light gets brighter and brighter, And then suddenly, you are through this arched doorway leading out to an outside area. And you look down at this valley at the foot of a tall, beautiful mountain. There's a lake. You see boats like small like rowboats and sailing boats on the lake. People are fishing. You see some farms with horses and cows and sheep grazing. There's groves of fruit trees and a picturesque little town. There's fields of flowers. And basically there's a sign at the top of this hill. Welcome to Sweet Haven. What do you guys want to do?
We're in the fairy hill.
Can we
We're
see
in the
any
fairy
people?
land.
So there's a path through.
Yeah, there's a cobblestone path leading down off of this hill.
We are 100%
Can
in
we
the fairy
see
hill.
people?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's people. There's people on the farms.
Okay.
There's people fishing. There's people in town. You see people like sleeping under a tree.
Does it look like anybody like notices us coming into the space?
Oscar, I'm sorry. Just one moment. I just got to step away for one moment.
Okay,
I'm
sure
sorry.
thing.
I'm sorry.
How old do the people look?
They all look like adults, mix of ages.
And no one turns to look or like pays us any mind as like newcomers.
As you come down, are you heading towards like past the farm on the road to the town proper?
Well, I think before we move in, right? Like, I think like Harry stops and just says like, well, so what's the plan then, right? So like this is like it's maybe not the Dreamlands, but like this place doesn't like exist in our space, right? Like this is a whole different, Wall said don't eat, don't drink. So what do? We just like wander around, ask about Twilight, or what do you think?
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
All right.
I think that's all we can do is walk in and ask. And I do look behind to see if the way out is still there.
It is.
Okay. Somebody made I was just whisper to Dorsey. Somebody made a point to mark down bad food and danger. So I think I don't know. We got to see who we talk to, who we meet, and everything. But at the very least, we know that the food's bad, dude. Food and drink, and
It's the think of the story of Persephone in the underworld.
yeah, it's the age-old fairy rules. It's just
No, she actually says that in character.
Yeah.
Like, if you eat anything, you're probably gonna be stuck here.
yeah. Oh, okay. So you're saying your point is that the way out is there. We eat or drink anything, it won't be. Okay, so
Okay. As you pass a farm,
that's the puzzle. Okay.
you see a lovely woman in a flower print dress picking apples out of a tree, and she smiles and says, welcome to Sweet Haven. And you see that she's heading over to, after she picks up her bushels and she starts heading to a house, and you see there's a dark-haired, tall man, and he's kind of pruning the trees in the grove that they own together. And you're like, wow, they look like they smile at each other with love, and you can tell that that they look very differently. Like he's tall and dressed very darkly, and she's very colorful with flowers in her hair.
But they look like people.
Oh, they look like people. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is this a so like do we see other like So is this a thing where do we see other couples that might be like this, or is it more so like the women are dressed flowery and bright and the men are dressed dark?
You actually see men and women, but they're dressed all sorts of different ways.
Okay.
As we go by, well, thank you. I'm looking for some friends. You wouldn't happen to know if there's a man named Harper Twilight, another named Big Jim, come by here lately?
Oh yes, I've seen them recently. I'm not sure where they are right now. She like wipes her hands, puts down her pack thing, and heads over, and says, "The mayor keeps track of everyone. You should meet with him. We can set up a meeting tomorrow if you like."
Well, I wouldn't trouble you. I'm sure we'll find him making our way into town. But thank you.
Oh yeah, just ask around.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
We ain't planning on staying here too long, ain't we?
Well, not if you can't eat or
I think
drink.
that would be a very bad idea because
That's
the whole
why
trick
I'm
is
not-
the whole trick is gonna be when we
6
gotta eat, when we
pomegranate
gotta
seeds.
drink. You know.
6. Just remember, 6 pomegranate seeds.
Yeah. Well, just anything, eating or drinking anything, and they're gonna offer.
Well, time might move different here too. Like we don't even know, right? Like we might be out of the whole time thing.
Rip
Oh,
Van
yeah,
Winkle. Rip
yeah,
Van
let's,
Winkle, not just a story.
A wagon comes out of one of the farms. It comes up on the road beside you, and the guy, with the big Clydesdale horse and this big giant wagon of fresh cut hay. He's like, "Oh, welcome, visitors. Are you heading into Sweet Haven?
We are.
Yeah.
Hop on, take a load off. That's where I'm
you.
heading."
You know what? We'll actually walk. Is it very far?
Just down the road. You want to take a stroll? Help yourself.
Yeah,
Just thought
yeah,
I'd be neighborly.
Yeah. No. Thank you. It's appreciated. We're just gonna enjoy.
We've been sitting a while on the train. Got to stretch legs,
Oh, you just arrived.
Oh yeah.
Well, welcome. Enjoy yourself. Take
Thank
a load
you
off.
very much.
And he hitches, kicks the horse in the next gear and heads off down the road towards the town proper.
I'll turn to Harry and be like, "I don't like this area. I ain't used to people being nice to me all this much."
Yeah, no, this is a far cry from New York, huh?
Yeah. Ain't nobody tried to spit on me yet. I don't like it.
All right, so you get down into Sweetwater proper, and it is just the most lovely, picturesque little town on the side of a lake at the foot of a mountain. Everyone's dressed well, friendly. There's like bakeries, there's a liquor store, there's a bar, there's a clamshell and a gazebo for performing. You see tramps doing a harmonica contest. You see a whole bunch of drunks just like sprawled out under a tree behind the side of tavern. And like the barmaid comes and just covers them with blankets as they're like sprawled out. You see this beautiful, friendly sheepdog comes over, licks everyone, like kind of hops up. And then a guy comes out and like, "Oh, sorry, he's just so friendly with newcomers." He's like, "Who's a good boy?" And he says, "Welcome." He says, "Are you guys new here? Is there anything I can help you with?"
Oh, we're looking for the mayor.
Oh, I can show you the mayor's offices.
We're also looking for some friends of ours. They just came through here recently. We think they're staying.
Oh yeah, most people who come stay. Wouldn't you have names on? Maybe I've seen them.
Harper
Big
Twilight?
Jim, yeah, Harper Twilight, yeah, good singer, real good singer.
Oh yeah, he's a blues guy, dark skinned fella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was here a couple of days ago. He was performing in the clamshell.
Nice.
Hoping he turns back up. Would love to have him perform again at the tavern. Mayor should know where he is. Let me take you there. He goes, you guys want to stop and get a hero or a hot dog? There's a great cart on the next corner.
We're good. We'd really just like to see the mayor, please.
Sure thing.
Yeah,
And,
we actually kind of worried about our friends, so we just wanna...
you shouldn't worry.
Oh no, of course.
That's the whole point of coming here.
Oh,
Leave your worries behind. He says, but I know it'll take you a while for you to get used to it. So let me take you over to the mayor's office.
They all float down.
Do we see
here.
any children here at all?
Nope.
These are the parents.
Georgie's just chewing his lip the whole time.
Okay, so give me 1 second.
Have to edit in some rising strings right here.
Like some nice idealistic music, then kind of like hit the discord and like kind of make it discordant places. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
like nice Lord of the Rings traveling music that
On the way to the mayor's office, they tell you that you sure wouldn't want to get checked in. We have a bed and breakfast near the mayor's office. We can drop off your things, maybe freshen up before meeting the mayor.
No, we ain't planning on staying. We want to find our friend, pass along a message, and then kind of get skedaddling.
He tilts his head sideways. He goes, "You're looking to leave? You've only just got here."
well,
Yeah,
we
were
were
staying.
We got things to do after we find our friends.
Okay, well, here's where I leave you then. Mayor's office is that door, that house right down the lane there. Just walk right in and have a seat. I'm sure he'll meet you in there shortly.
Thank you very much.
Well, hope to see you again. But if not, it was nice getting to spend a little time with you. So
Oh yeah.
take care, strangers. I'm gonna go get that hot dog.
Oh yeah.
All right. Nice to meet you. Have a good day.
You too.
As we're walking, I like waves by as we're walking. I'm like, just take the opportunity just to look around. Are we being watched, followed, dude?
No, people just seem they glance and they smile and they wave as if they've known you for years.
Are there cigarette trees and whiskey streams?
You start like almost like a joke to yourself. Are there cigarette trees and whiskey streams? And you see a tree that has fucking cigarettes growing. Basically there'll be a flower and there'll be like 5 or 6 cigarettes in the petals of this
Jesus.
flower.
He looks like he's like just like you said, messing around, and he kind of looks, and then he's still looking at the tree, but he's slapping Georgie. He goes, Georgie, it's a fucking cigarette tree over there.
You ain't getting a hankering right now, eh, Georgie?
Well, no, we
So
can't have
give all those
anything.
fucking kids my cigarettes.
No, but what he does
Right,
do,
exactly.
he goes, "Hey, we got that dreamlet. Here, let me see if I can do this." And he looks at the tree,
Okay, it's interesting.
and he tries to change it into something else, like turn one of the cigarettes into a carrot or something. Like he wants to try to use his dreamland skill to see whether or not this is
you aren't able to change the cigarettes into carrots. But like a minute later, like some farm girl from one of the outer farms comes, and she's got like a bushel filled with fucking carrots.
Oh shit, Georgie! I was just trying to change a cigarette into
And
a
she
fucking carrot.
smiles and says, "You look like you can use a carrot, friend."
You know what? I got like this allergy to like vitamin A. It turns my skin all yellow. Like I appreciate that, but I'm gonna pass if that's okay. I can't,
She smiles and just kind of wanders on her way. And you need to make a sand check.
Fuck.
You invited it.
I did.
No,
That's
but this is
fine.
good information.
Let's see. My sanity's. Oh yeah, it's pass.
Okay, Dorsey, make an INT check.
Make it.
What were you thinking about before you saw the girl in the flowery dress with the dark-haired, thin husband in a dark outfit?
The story of Persephone. Oh, yeah. That's actually where I went when you described them too.
There's no way this is fucking coincidence.
Yeah.
So are we just asleep in that tunnel outside that door?
I don't think I think we went through a portal, guys.
Yeah. No, Walt. I think we're here. This is just like going to the Dreamlands. Like I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah, that's what I
change
was
it.
saying about you guys. Like when you said Dreamlands and everything, I was like, so we just like passed out in front of that door, and now.
Oh, that's right. We had to do the whole ritual thing. That's right. Yeah, we weren't. But if you get killed there, it's like. But if you get killed there, you get killed though, right? Like even if our bodies are out there, like it's just as bad a real as real could be.
See, when they went to the Dreamlands, they were dreaming.
Yeah.
Walt is like, are we dreaming or did we physically enter the Dreamlands? Because
we had that whole because when we opened the door, it got all weird, it got all logy for a second, and we just pass out.
Yeah.
Like we open the door and we just get gassed by some elves. Some elves just gassed us, and then okay, they're in. All right, close the door.
Elves with gas masks.
What do you guys want to do?
Well,
I guess we wait
to the
Go to the
mayor.
mayor's office.
the
Let's not
mayor?
talk
Wait for
too
the
much
mayor?
because
Do you think the
Fucking
mayor's going to
stop
be the
thinking
devil?
about shit.
Yeah, but he's
Don't
going to
think
be the
about shit.
devil, right?
Dude, Harry, don't think
What?
about
I'm just
shit.
saying.
If you think that he's going to be the
Just
devil,
stop.
he's going to be the devil. Just stop.
Ghostbusters rules.
Just
Okay. He just like puts his hands under his armpits, like crosses his arms. It's just like
Okay, you open the door and you see there's like a hallway, and you can kind of see off to the side there's like almost like a town hall, like a meeting hall, but here there's like a reception desk, and there's a woman with like high collar dress with her hair all done up perfectly, and she looks up, smiles, and pulls out her ledger and says, welcome to Sweet Haven visitors. I'm guessing you're here to see the mayor?
We
Oh,
are.
yes, please.
Okay, can I just get your names?
Mashed potatoes, Johnson.
Okay,
Harry. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. Welcome.
Thank you.
One moment, I'm just looking for something on my sheet.
She
I
looks at
tip
Georgie.
my hat.
We'll need a name to get you in to
Yep.
see the mayor, Sarah.
Mike.
I'm actually going to use my Dreamlands name, Mei-san.
Okay, she writes it down and says, the mayor can see you, and the mayor can see you shortly. Would you like to get checked in on our bed and breakfast before we
No, we're not going to be staying that long.
Oh,
Not planning on needing a bed or breakfast.
well, everybody needs a bed and breakfast at some point. Let me see if I can get you in now if you are in a hurry. It's a shame we're having a cookout this evening and some fireworks by the lake.
Oh, wonderful.
So she peeks her head into this thing. You hear her, talking a little bit, and somebody's like, "Oh, she can send them in," and she smiles, goes back to her seat, and her and behind the counter, and says, "Mayor, I'll see you now."
All right.
Oh,
I'll
that's
head on
great.
in.
Thank you.
Okay, so you grasp the door and open it, and before you can walk in, everything shifts and changes. Suddenly, one second. Suddenly you are in a long tunnel that branches off. There's stone above your heads, bricks all along the walls. It would be pitch black, but here and there are patches of strange glowing moss. It's almost like if moss and mushrooms had a baby, with the mushroom caps glowing. There's the sound of dripping water, and the faint echoing cries and moans of what sound like tortured souls. And you
I'm
look,
just gonna stare at Harry.
and you look back, and it's tunnel with like crossing town. Like, so the mayor's office, the building, Big Rock Candy Mountain, all of that is gone, and you are now.
They offered us food and drink 3 times, and we refused.
So and now you're in just a twisting underground labyrinth with strange alien
we're not
growing
useful to
moss.
them,
So I want to try to use my dreamer to see if maybe if we are in the dreamlands, if I can use that to maybe guide us a little.
Roll it.
Make it.
You are not in the dreamlands.
Oh, no.
You are now, as an accomplished dreamer, you realize this is not the dreamlands. And you're pretty sure. How much did you make it by? Did you make it by half of what you need?
21 out of 35.
So no. All right. So you're sure you're awake.
We are not in the dreamlands.
I think we got kicked out.
I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad.
All right, so
This
we
is
walked
bad. This is going to be so bad.
in. We walked into the illusion. They tried to trap us 3 times. We refused. Then they kicked us back out. Now we're just in the tunnel.
Yeah, but now we're
going to
somewhere
see-
else.
No, I think we're in the same tunnel, but now we get to now we don't get the nice version.
Well, hold on, but we hear like souls and moaning, like we hear people, right? Like that's
all
not.
the people we just walked by. We get to see what's happening to them for real.
But yeah, but I think we're still in here, right? Like we're not in the train tunnel.
No, that's not what he
Ah.
mean. I think you mean the tunnel that we first walked into.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Now I'm following. I'm slow on the update.
Yep.
I'm going to try navigate of which way might be out. This is bad.
You can roll that. Everyone can also roll
No.
a spot hidden.
Maybe we should have told them that we
Make
weren't
the spot
staying.
Make a spot hidden.
Hard.
You see
Hard success.
a hobo sign,
No.
and it's basically
You can point
a
to it.
direction finder. So, and you're pretty sure this is McNally's mark.
Okay. All right. So, and does it give us a direction to go in?
Yes.
Forward. Okay. So we go forward. We're here now.
Yeah.
Okay, you take a couple of lefts and rights, and you're walking for not even 15 or 20 minutes. When the hobo signs lead to a massive, huge room with a vaulted ceiling, and you enter through an arched doorway, and there are 23 other arched doorways along the sides of this room. And in the middle of the room, there's a large pile of objects. It's like clothing and equipment, and you see shards of bone, chainmail, tunics, Elizabethan gowns, a Victorian top hat, like one of those fur trader beaver caps, rusted canteen, something that you see like tins from like an Arctic expedition just strewn about in this massive pile. And then the pile begins to suddenly shift and collapse, and you realize that the pile is just covering something massive.
So I was going to say, before when we first started going down the tunnel, Georgie is definitely pistol in one hand and then like ice grip the dagger in the other, so like he can brace just in case.
All right. I need everybody to make a sand check.
I mean, that I got. I'm good with.
Fail.
Sand for days.
Yeah, right.
Make it.
Hot 6.
Okay, hold on.
My luck and sand are like exact opposites to each other.
I have to look something up. I didn't write the stat down.
I do have to make sure. No, all right.
And we're not in Kansas anymore. Hey, Georgie, knock your heels together. Maybe we'll go home.
I forgot my silver slippers at home. Sorry.
Did you all make your sand check?
Fail.
Yeah.
Failed?
No.
Did one of you fail? Okay. Those who made it, luckily, I just rolled a 1. And Lady Songbird loses 10 points of sand.
Oof.
Ooh, shit.
And we'll figure out what happens. So you are temporarily insane.
Mm-hmm.
So she literally just rushes over to like the arched doorway and like goes into a fetal position, is crying as this thing makes its, shows itself, and it shakes itself out of this puddle, pile of debris, and it looks like a massive white potato covered with eyes and mouths and these massive elephantine feet and a long spiked tendril kind of like hovering above its head. And it comes like plodding forward towards you. And it speaks to you all in your minds. Let me go to his dialogue. Welcome, come forward. I am Ehort, called the Pale God by your kinds, and the master of this labyrinth. Give your names.
Oh, hell no.
We are so screwed.
Okay. All right.
Do we want to stop here? This might be a good place to stop. It's 10:40.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, we just met a great old one, so we're screwed.
Yeah. We are so screwed.
Walter's like, I thought meeting the thing hanging in the void was bad. No.
Yeah. That's just a monster. This is
okay. So we will pick up next session.
Freudian slip.
with possibly with your audience, with the Pale God, Lord of the Labyrinth, the great old one, Ehort.
God of flesh.
I promise I won't Google anything.
My God.
If you want to.
I remember Ihort from reading one of the Invictus books. We are so screwed. Beyond Britannia and beyond, we're so screwed.
Yes. And also, just so you know, for those hardcore Cthulhu nerds playing along at home, many cults of Ehort are groups of children. It's part of his MO to recruit children into his cult. So Neverland is actually the Hobos of Neverland is a children's cult of Ehort.
Oh, okay.
We gave them cigarettes and whiskey and everything, little bastards.
Well, they gave us exactly what we wanted. They gave us exactly enough.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
If we said we didn't want to go, they wouldn't have made us.
Right.
They'd have just let us go on our way.
Are screwed.
Okay. All right. So I guess play us out, Keyboard Cat. It's a little earlier than I planned to end, but I think we can't go any further with just a half an hour.
Yeah.
Everything here gets way more complicated.
Right.
Because we shortcutted Neverland. We shortcutted by giving them things.
You kind of ruined that whole, not ruined, but you kind of short-circuited that whole part of the story. So you made better time than I thought. I didn't think you'd get to Ehort this week, but kind of glad you did.
Oh, well.
Oscar, isn't this my MO in your games? How many sections can I cause a shortcut of?
That's fine. That's why you keep getting invited to play.
Hey, look. It's just more efficient to get the car up as fast as you can before you go into the brick wall.
Let's take a running start at this cliff.
30 miles an hour, you're just going to hurt yourself. 80 or 90, you won't feel a thing.
You won't have to do it again. You only need to do that once at that point.
This might be the first time Oscar kills me.
Oh, we had a good run, Georgie.
Right, yeah.
Look, if you're going to retire a character, this room, there's no shame. If you're going to die, this is the way to go. Go out epic on Fury Road.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for checking it out. Before I kick our spiel, Oscar, what do you got? What do you got going on? Where are you at with stuff? What's happening?
We are closing in on finishing the edits, the final rounds of edits on Legacy of Arius Lurko. Lisa has officially finished editing the final edit of part 5 of 6. We are now moving on to the final scenario in the collection, which is good because that's mostly new material. And since I'm a much better writer now than I was 15 years ago, it's going to need less work, I hope. So we're near to do that. I have submitted Island of Ignorance to Chaosium for approval. Once I get that approved, we can release the PDF to backers and then send the book to printing. We have we are also very close to finishing up the layout of Legacy of Shadows, which is our bonus compilation PDF of Girl in the Pines, Mystery of April Snow, Goblin on Bourbon Street, Owlglass, and Chicken Mary Hawk Denier, as well as a collection of monsters called Those of the Valley, which are monsters that are almost human but seem off, and a sneak peek at the setting for Dean's Corner, which will be in a future Chaosium release on Lovecraft Country.
Nice.
So we're very close to releasing 2 books digitally, and closing in on sending another one to layout.
Awesome.
So cool. We've got some fun things happening.
You guys are busy.
Yeah. Well, we've always been busy. We're just getting to the point where we're almost done.
Yeah.
So it seems like we're more busy, but we've been busy the whole time trying to get to this point. And now we just got to push these across the finish line. We just came back from TotalCon, had a great con. We ran the one that I play tested for you guys, the one in Atlantic City with the mobster wedding. Did I run that one yet?
No.
Oh no, I must have. All right, well, that's something to look forward to. So I ran Trouble in Paradise.
If we live.
Mobster wedding in Atlantic City. I ran a new part of the Legacy of Arius Lurko campaign, a new clue thread called Hope and the Brokenhearted, and that went very well. And for some reason beyond me, I ran Star Frontiers, and for some reason beyond me, 5 people showed up to play it. So yeah, we ran a 35-year-old broken game that no one should ever be playing because the rules are so terrible. But we all had a great time, and I'll probably like someone in an abusive relationship. I will probably go back and run Star Frontiers next year as well. Apparently, there's a lot of old gluttons for punishment who have fond memories of Star Frontiers from the early 80s. And
Nice.
Yeah. Every once in a while, we still get comments on the campaign that we had started.
hey, I'll run Star Frontiers again. I'm amazed that people actually want to play the game.
The nostalgia circuit is big at Total Con.
Yeah, there's an
Really?
there's an OSR track, Old School Renaissance, at Total Con, so that's why I run it there. There's a lot of people who love old broken games, so fun time. Great con. If you've ever got a chance to game at Total Con, go. It's a very warm and welcoming community, and right outside of Boston.
Nice.
And that's me.
It's about an hour from Boston.
Yeah, well,
Boston area.
Boston-ish.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Dorsey?
All right.
Dorsey, you have anything to plug?
Just that I'll be running games for Oscar at Rising Phoenix, which is coming up in April.
For Golden Goblin Press, not just me. For the company. For the Goblin Horde.
For the Horde.
For the Horde.
There you go. Well, you got anything to plug?
And my wife's 3D printing studio, Chibi BB Studios. The links will be in the show notes as the last 2 sessions, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you gave me a link. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Jesse?
Nope.
Runners?
I'm not gonna jinx it. Runners is doing stuff. Check in on me in another 5 years.
Another 4 iterations, 3 more systems. All right, fair. We have our Patreon up. If you'd like to throw a couple of bucks our way, that's appreciated. Ratings and reviews on iTunes or whatever your podcatcher of choice is, also probably helpful. I'm going to go back and throw a link at the show notes. But
I was actually just about to bring that up. Yeah.
Yep. If you made it this far into the video, there's a link on the screen right now for our TeePublic store. It's teepublic.com/users/legends_of_tabletop. I'll throw a link in the show notes. It's easier. Jesse, I had an idea that Jesse brought completely to fruition. Idea guys are lame and dumb and don't do anything. So Jesse did everything. But we have Resist t-shirts that are up and available. Some of them are just banners, say I resist, we resist, with pride flags, trans flags. There's also a really cool guillotine design with similar color schemes. So if you want to check those out, we are donating all profits forever here out for everything in the store. It's also the core t-shirts and all the other stuff to LGBTQIA charities from here moving forward. So if you like a t-shirt, grab a t-shirt. We get nothing from it other than fuck you to all of the scumbags and fascists who are out there. I have t-shirts on the way, so I will be modeling said t-shirts when they come out.
Remember, buy nothing tomorrow.
Don't buy them tomorrow.
Okay, buy from small business. But other than that, buy nothing.
Yeah,
Damn your mixed messages.
I'm so glad this is not a political podcast.
Give the corporate overlords nothing.
Yeah, fuck them.
But no, we're not political. No. That's fine.
Not in this game.
We need to go back to the Roman tradition of secession of the plebs.
Just fuck them to everybody. No political ideology. Just fuck them to everybody.
Now there's a
Secession
platform I
of
can
the
get
plebs.
behind.
That's what we need to do.
Fuck this shit and all your bullshit.
Yep. All right.
might
So
have
on that happy note,
Gone too far into Invictus to be pulling out that one, but
all right. Well, I want to thank everybody for checking it out, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Thank you.